How is everyone? Happy Wednesday. Hello, hello. This is my favorite day of the week. This is my favorite call of the month because I am just so excited for this topic. As you guys all know me, I am Sally from Cali. I am a registered nurse and I cannot wait to get this started. So as you are hopping in, drop in the chat where you are coming from and let me know if you are a ketone junkie or if you're a ketone newbie. If you're like, I was just invited by some crazy nurse that was like, come hear about the cool science of this stuff, drop it in the chat where you're from. And if you're a newbie or a junkie, we will keep everybody's time sensitive tonight. I thank you for being on and listening to this amazing, amazing information we have here. So welcome to everybody. We see lots of junkies. We see a lot of East Coast junkies in the house. That is awesome. Where's my West Coast peeps at? Okay, San Diego, I see you. What's up, guys? So if you can, if you're not getting dressed after a long day of work in your bedroom or you are not on the toilet, throw your camera on so I can see your beautiful face. We feed off of you and we'll make this a lot cooler if I can see all your smiling, beautiful faces. So hi, Monica. Nice to see you. RN and ketone junkie. Yes, if you are my healthcare professional or healthcare provider, type in the chat, what do you do for work? What do you do for work? I'd love to see who we have here. I am Sally. I am a registered nurse. I am from the Bay Area and my table is moving all by itself. Let's put this down. I am from the Bay Area in California. I have been a registered nurse in labor and delivery and NICU for about 12 years now. I see we've got optometrists, we've got nurses, we've got medical assistants, farm techs, medic and firefighter. Oh, Caitlin, bless you, my sweet. Thank you for your front line in the field. That is amazing. We value our frontline workers in the field that bring our patients to us in the hospitals. So thank you for everything that you do. So I am, again, I'm Sally. I am a registered nurse, and I am so excited to be bringing you this healthcare professional Zooms. Like, why are all these healthcare professionals so excited about ketones? And like if you're going to hear from nurses and doctors, like the science behind this stuff and why we have something so absolutely amazing. So quick story about me. I, in 2019 had just delivered 2 babies back to back, 13 months apart. Crazy lady. I know. I was at the highest weight I had ever been, over 300 pounds, and I needed something to change. I needed something to come into my life to help me live a sustainable, longer, healthier life for my 2 small babies that I had at home. Somebody said, let's do a weight loss challenge. I said, cool, what are we doing? They said keto. I was like, ooh, bacon and eggs and cheese all the time? Like, down, right? Totally down. So I did the ketogenic diet. I think it was like dirty keto. I don't think I was ever really in a long-term state of ketosis during this time. I was just kind of eating my way from what I thought was keto, not focusing on the good fats, not focusing on getting your vegetables in. Did okay, about 10 months, lost 50 pounds. And I was like, high five, here we go. That's amazing. So then Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas hit of 2019, and I, not really doing anything. I'm eating the sweets, I'm eating the goodness. And then we all know what happened in 2020 in the hospitals, right? The vid attacks the world. And here we are in the hospitals getting healthcare hero cupcakes, sandwiches, cookies, everything you can name under the sun, delivered to the emergency rooms, delivered to med surg, delivered to ICU, delivered to labor and delivery, thanking the healthcare heroes for doing the job on the front line. And it was cool. But what wasn't cool was a lot of that fat kept creeping back on. And while we're going through a pandemic, who has time to focus on a diet, right? Like I'm just trying to not bring anything home that I'm not sure of to my kids, my family. So it was May of 2020. We were about 3-4 months into the pandemic, and I looked at a picture of myself and I was like, how could you have let yourself go? All of the work you did in 2019 to lose the 50 pounds, most of that is back. Somebody said to me, why don't you just drink ketones? And guess what I did? I laughed at them because that is not possible. Though I thought it was not possible. Your liver produces ketones. It takes a long time to get into a state of ketosis. I know I used to do the ketogenic diet. It sometimes took me 4 to 5 days. That's not possible. She said, try it. I said, fine, I'm going to prove this wrong. This is not going to work. So I gave it about 30 days. I looked at my picture of myself, Mother's Day 2020, Father's Day 2020, and could not believe what I saw. I didn't see much on the scale, and I will explain the science of that later why. But I saw a transformation in my inches and my clothing. And that to me was something that I was like, what do I have my hands on? What are these things? Like, this is really ketosis. I felt great. My clarity was through the roof. It was absolutely amazing. And I knew at Father's Day 2020, I had my hands on something special that needed to be shared around the world. And I just then did not stop talking about it. So what are ketones? What are ketones? Ketones are an energy source that is not a fat loss supplement. It is an energy source for your body. Your body uses two sources of fuel for your brain, glucose and ketones, right? So not a lot of people walk around in a ketogenic state because they're so perfect with the diet. So these are pure therapeutic bioidentical ketones. We call them NATs because they are all natural. They are naturally fermented. Prove It has the only patents, the 9 patents on the same molecule your liver produces when doing either a ketogenic diet or fasting in this package. So you literally can throw a package into water, shake it up, drink it, and you will be in ketosis in 59 minutes or less. You can test your blood, you will be in ketosis. I tell people, do not test your urine. Why? Ketones are water soluble. Your body is going to use what it needs. And if it's using it all, you're not going to see it on a P test. So if you are not convinced you are in ketosis, you can check your blood. You will notice that your blood ketone levels are elevated, thus putting you in a state of ketosis. So why do people want to be in ketosis, right? Well, when your brain gets the molecule of ketones to it, again, your brain can only use 2 sources of fuel, glucose and ketones. So if your brain is using glucose, glucose goes in, the sugar goes into your brain, it gets you energized. And then what do most people do at 10 o'clock in the morning after breakfast? They crash. They need coffee, sugar. So then their brain gets all excited again. And then it's lunchtime. They get all excited again. They're eating. And what do 99% of people do at 1:30 in the afternoon? They crash. They want to sleep. I remember working day shift full time, 1:30. You can tell these nurses sit at their desk charting like this, like, oh Lord, I need a nap. And why? Because they had a sandwich, they had pasta, they had all that great glucose. Their brain has used it for fuel, and now it's crashed. When you give your brain ketones as an energy source, your brain knows how to use this molecule 40% better than sugar, thus sustaining a nice level energy throughout the day, giving you all of those other benefits that ketosis brings. Energy, mental clarity, appetite suppressions, your craving for carbohydrates are drastically reduced. You have much better mood. I have 2 small kids, and I am a much better mother and wife with ketones on board, let me tell you. And a really cool fun fact about ketones is when you drink a ketone body right before sleep, a decaf one, your REM cycle of sleep is longer. So for people that only sleep maybe 6-7 hours, even though it's 6 to 7 hours, without ketones, it's kind of broken sleep, you will get a longer cycle in REM when your body has ketones on board. So that is super, super exciting. I love those benefits of ketosis. And like I said, there are a couple different ways to go into ketosis, right? There's good, better, and there's best. There's a good way. You can do a ketogenic diet. Like we said before, very restrictive, very hard. Sometimes it takes days to get into a state of ketosis, and then all of a sudden the energy hits and you're amazing, and then a weekend comes and someone invites you to a birthday party, and then, oh my gosh, do you struggle with, do I have that cupcake? Do I have that sandwich? Do I have that piece of pizza? Do I get kicked out of ketosis? So it's a mind game, like, right? You are just all over the board about, do I stay in ketosis with this diet? A best way of getting into ketosis is fasting. If you do intermittent fasting at about 12 to 16 hours of no food in your system, your liver will start producing natural ketone bodies, the same ketone body that's in this package, beta hydroxybutyrate. So a lot of people find that in the morning, if they're doing an intermittent fasting, like a 16 or 8 schedule, they feel good because their liver's spitting out ketones. So we always say the better way of getting into ketosis is drinking ketones. These are 100% guarantee. And like I said, if you draw your blood, you will be in a state of ketosis, getting all of those benefits with less than an hour. So I am so excited to be bringing this product to you guys tonight and sharing a little bit of the science behind it. I have some amazing speakers that are here tonight. My first one is Jason. He is an amazing man. I love Jason. Why don't you come off of mute and tell us who you are? Jason is a registered nurse in the ER. And he does critical care. Sorry, Jason. You are a nurse practitioner. Nurse practitioner, Jason, take it away.
I'm still an RN. Yeah, I got to keep that too. So, hey. Anyway, I'm Jason Steinberg. I'm in Southern Arizona. I've been drinking ketones for almost 2 years now. And night and day difference from how I was before ketones to now. When I first started drinking ketones, I didn't... I wanted to dip my toes in the water. I went with another brand, and I really didn't feel any difference. Got turned on to prove it, and I've been hooked ever since. I could not make it through. I work a 24-hour shift. I could not make it through a 24-hour shift without my ketones, especially at 3 o'clock in the morning when I've been up all day and all night. And the mental clarity I get, the improved mood. Sometimes, patients can test us a little bit. And it makes it easier for me to keep my calm and my demeanor. But as far as the science behind ketones, you were talking about, the brain using the ketones, and ketones actually cross that blood-brain barrier more readily than even glucose does. So it's all around just a better source of fuel for your brain. Hormones, we reduce inflammation by drinking ketones, which balances out our hormone levels, insulin, testosterone, estrogens, all that good stuff. So it's amazing in that fact. And then as far as, you were talking about the 3 ways of getting into ketosis, diet, yes, it's super restrictive. And especially if you're the only person in your household doing a ketogenic diet, that makes it even harder. The fasting and then the ketones. For me personally, I try to do all 3, and I've seen much better results all the way around doing all 3. Once a week, I'll do a 24-hour fast. And otherwise, I won't start eating until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I'll have 2 meals. I'll usually only drink 1 ketone a day. But some days I need the extra oomph, and I do caffeinated twice a day because, those long nights. Anybody who hasn't tried ketones, I can't say enough. You won't regret trying them. They are amazing. They make you feel great. I know I had tons of problems with inflammation. Back to the inflammation thing. I had tons of problems with inflammation from eating junk all the time, especially with COVID, pizza and cookies and cakes and all that not so fun stuff. But knees hurt and ankles and just everything hurt. And once I got into a state of ketosis, that all went away. And I'm happy now. And I just am more focused to do the right thing.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate all the work that you're doing. I love hearing your story. And have a great shift tonight and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. One thing that Jason touched upon is, that blood-brain barrier. There's a barrier getting to our brain that says stop. And like he said, ketones and glucose are the only ones that can get into the brain for energy source. Now, we have a couple different support products that I love to talk about. Ketones are our bread and butter, but we have a couple other things that intensify ketosis that are just miraculous on our brains that help us stay hydrated. And I like to share 2 of them with you guys. So these are our upgraded electrolytes. This is called Mitoplex. Why would somebody need to stay hydrated when in a state of ketosis? Well, the science behind ketones is when a ketone molecule gets into your brain and it starts using, your brain cells start using all of that energy that's coming in. Ketones are going to go in there and it's going to clean up your cells. And what it's going to do with your cells and all the toxins that are in there is it's going to get rid of them. And then your GI system is going to excrete them. But also what comes out of the cells is essential electrolytes. So when you're in a state of ketosis, it's just really important to make sure that your electrolytes are balanced. So we have these amazing, cute little pixie sticks. I call them my ER banana bags from when a person who needs hydration, let's just say a blood alcohol concentration of 0.3 or higher comes in, we stick them with a banana bag and we run all these awesome electrolytes in them to get them nice and hydrated again. So we have these that can actually go into water. I've got mine in my water right now. You can throw them into your ketones to kind of pair fun flavors together to keep you hydrated while in a state of ketosis. Or like my friend Jamie likes to do, pop them open, shoot them on her tongue, slam some water, and you are instantly getting those electrolytes in your body, and it is awesome. So yes, Jamie just shot a Mitoplex. They are so delicious. They come in orange, lemon, and lime. My children think this is juice. Go mom, right? My kids think these are juice. Honey, do you want lemonade today or do you want limeade? Or how about some OJ, which is super cool. So my kids love these. I love Mitoplex. It is my favorite Prove It product besides our ketones. Another really cool product we have is our keto cream. Keto cream you can put in your coffee. Yes, you can drink coffee and if you are drinking ketones. Again, we have our ketones have caffeine in them, or we have some that do not have caffeine in them. So if you want to enjoy a cup of coffee, many people do while still in a state of ketosis. What is so cool about our keto cream though is this is a cream that has no ketones in them, but it does have what's called MCT oil in it, which is called medium chain triglyceride. It is the best fat that you can fuel, that you can give your brain. Your brain is composed of 70% fat. When ketones are in your bloodstream and you give it MCT as well, your brain is firing on all cylinders. You are cool, you are smooth, you are focused, you are ready to go. Another cool thing about MCT and pairing them with either a ketogenic diet or ketones is look up Dr. Mary Newport. She has done so much scientific research on the decrease of the progression of Alzheimer's and dementia when incorporating MCT into your lifestyle. So MCT is absolutely important to fuel your body with, help the fats of your brain. And I do repeat, this does not have any ketones in it. MCT and 4 different types of collagen. That's why I'm so beautiful and turning 72 tomorrow. So it's because of the MCT that's in my keto cream. Just kidding, I'm almost 45. That's the truth. Anyways, those are our 2 support products besides our ketones. And so the next person I love hearing from are Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce is in the house tonight. Dr. Bruce is an amazing doctor and he specializes in nutrition and he's been loving his ketones for what, Dr. Bruce, like 5 years now? Come off mute and tell everybody who you are.
Well, hi, Sally. How you doing? Good. It's good to be here. Yeah. My name is Dr. Bruce Lewandowski. I'm a chiropractor and nutrition. I've been doing this for 28 years and drinking ketones for 6 years now. I can't believe it. It's exciting. I think I was thinking about tonight and talking, and I was thinking about how I got introduced to it back then. I mean, I was probably one of the very few people, like 6 years ago, I was connected in a chiropractic management group that we were doing a lot of weight loss with, and they were led into to find about the new technology of pure therapeutic ketones. And when I heard that, literally on a CD I listened to, and it was exciting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is something wild, so because we were doing weight loss and doing having people get into ketosis, but like you mentioned, it's very hard, and people struggle. And I myself, I was in it many times, but again, you dip off a little and you're in trouble, and it's really tough to keep up. But that lit a fire underneath us, and we started literally after we received the product, I was one of those. Back then, we were able to get the product literally when you ordered a large shipment. You'd spent, I think it was like $100, $110. You got it next day, and literally that we got on a Friday night, and Saturday morning, my wife and I and my front desk person, Stephanie, it was like 6:45 in the morning. We shook up a big thing, and I still have my original Keto OS 2.0 thing, old canister that we used to get in Orange Dream. Now we're spoiled. We have so many different choices, but back then it was awesome, and that's the only thing we have. And it literally was a life changer, So when we, first drank it, we put a straw right down to the bottom and literally drank it like in 10 seconds. And I tell you, it lit our brains up like nothing ever. We were like you saw, it was like you were seeing it in HD. That's how fast it affected myself and my wife and my staff person. So for us, we started right away from there. We knew we had something powerful. It was how we were going to get it out and start telling patients and start telling friends. And really, was we were learning all this information back then, and started going to a couple of the keto live events, the big more events, which were just starting up. And it was something that I never expected. And where ketones are now and where they were back then and where they are now and where they're going to, it's super, super exciting, and it's the biggest game-changing product. I was thinking about it, and I used to talk about it in a lot of the Keto Life parties. We have a lot of great products in here to help a lot of people, and it's a process and just like a journey with ketones. But when you give people ketones, there's not one product out there that can change people like how Pure Therapeutic ketones do, and from the whole package, like you were talking about, like I said, my wife and I and 3 children, we haven't missed a dose in 6 years. And that's crazy. I'm a 2-doser a day, sometimes more, but it's to have that effect, still the same thing. If I drink one of those in 10 seconds, I can still feel the same exact way. You can't do that with anything else. Never out there. So, it is a game changer, and I think about, a lot of things that I really enjoy with sharing it with not only patients and people is just seeing their brain change. Because if you can get their brain to change, they can start to make better changes, not only for their health, but for a lot of other decisions in life. And, and when you look at all our benefits, they all kind of overstep each, kind of the same thing, because they all lead about, if you get the brain fueled up in a great way, great things happen, and that's a positive thing. And I'm super excited. I love all the virtual events, but I can't wait to start going to the live stuff, because they are game changers. So thank you for having me,
Dr. Bruce. It's always a pleasure when you come on speak. I thank you so much, and I'm so blessed that you are part of our community. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So if ketones sounds amazing to you, and you are a brand new ketone drinker, and you were invited to this call by somebody, and you want to try this, first of all, turn back around to them and thank them, because they loved you enough to want better show up in your life, whether that be energy, appetite suppression, control of carbohydrates, mental clarity, better mood, better sleep, decrease in inflammation. My God, it's so nice to get out of bed and my joints don't hurt. Like, if you were invited to this call, and just thank the person that invited you. And if you would like to try them, ask them, hey, how can I get my hands on a trial pack? Trial packs are amazing. Or if you wanted to, ask them, how do I get my hands on a discounted box? We have an amazing discounted box for brand new customers. It's 22% off. It comes with 20 ketones in it. Half are going to be decaf and half are going to be caffeinated. And what's great is when you get this box and you throw it on a smart chip, Prove It, the company, is one of those really cool companies that every month when you get a box, no commitment needed. So if you keep your box coming to you for 3 months, on that 4th month, they're going to send you a free box. And guess what else Prove It does when you are a customer? When you sign up with Prove It and you say, I want to get a box, and you grab one, Prove It is going to give you what's called a referral code. Now, I always question people when you talk about your favorite Starbucks drinks with your friends because it's fall and that pumpkin spice latte is back out or that peppermint mocha, and you throw up a picture like, oh my God, pumpkin spice latte is back, and you show people on your social media, you have just given free advertisement to Starbucks. But what if you told people how much you love ketones and what it's doing in your life, and two of your friends say, I want to try that? Well, you have a referral code that you can send them. So Prove It is one of those beautiful companies that when you share your referral code with somebody, they will start giving you free product as well. So I always say that there is no better way to drink a ketone than when it's a free tone, right? Like, who wants to pay for this stuff? I have not paid for my ketones in almost 2 years, and it is absolutely amazing. So with that being said, I have one more person, Jennifer, to come off of mute before we talk about the business behind Proven and who we are as a company. But Jennifer is an amazing registered nurse for 33 years, and she is an IBCLC, which is a fancy schmancy word for lactation consultant specialist. So Jennifer, I know there's some pregnant mommies on here. I saw the comments that were saying, can I do this? I'm blessed to have you part of this community. I can't wait to hear your story.
Awesome. Thank you, Sally. Hey, everybody. So glad to see all these faces on here. So before ketones, I had just transitioned from night shift. I had done night shift for about 2 years, long years, trust me. And had been back on day shift for about 6 months. And I thought, well, finally I'm on day shift. I'm going to feel so much better. I can't wait. I'm going to lose some of the weight I gained on night shift. I can't wait. It's just going to fall right off. I'm going to be able to sleep again. And yeah, none of that was happening. So it was like 6 months later. I was up at like, I don't know, 4 a.m. because I wasn't sleeping, and found somebody you might know as a keto dad on Facebook talking about these ketones. And I knew what ketones were. I had done the keto diet. I had been pretty successful with it. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to this spiel, and see. I'm like, it can't hurt, because he was talking about, better mood, which I needed, and better sleep, which I really needed, and more energy. And I'm like, this sounds amazing. And so I'm like, well, I know what ketones are. I know what the diet is. I have got to at least give this a try. I have nothing to lose because I cannot feel worse. And so, I mean, I was tired. I was grumpy. To top it off, I was having all these midlife hormonal changes. It sucked. And I was like, I am not going to be, I can't live like this anymore. So I tried. And I kind of did some, just some more research, because as nurses, I don't know about you, all the other nurses here, but I sort of research everything, and did the research that I needed to do. And I'm like, I'm totally sold. I'm going to try it. I have nothing to lose. And so I got them ordered, and I knew about ketones. Like, I knew that with my lactation background, like, newborns are born in a state of ketosis. This is a natural human state. It's just, it's normal. It should not be that big of a deal. So I don't know how all of you other provers have done it before, but I felt it the first day. Like, the first drink, I was like, oh, this is so much better. Like, my brain was lit up. I had energy. It wasn't a work day, but I'll never forget the day, but I had energy. I was getting stuff done around the house. I felt better. I was so excited just to feel good again. And my husband was pretty happy because I was happy. And anyway, so then I went to work, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, I can get through a 12-hour shift. I'm nice to all my coworkers. I'm nice to all my patients. Like Jason said, I mean, sometimes patients are challenging, but of course you want to be kind. And when you're running 6 to 8 patients and they all need something, I felt so focused. I was like, I know what all my patients need. I know all the things that I need to chart on them. We've got admits, we've got discharges, we've got babies being born, we've got, codes, we've got everything. And I know exactly where I need to be and what I need to do. And I can focus on my work and get it done and get out and have the energy to go home and actually talk to my family and not ignore them and be like, yeah, I'm done. My day was hard and I'm going to bed. So it was pretty life-changing, and being home and being able to be present again with my family after the end of a long day was amazing. And I felt great, and I have felt great ever since. I've been drinking ketones since January of 2020. So, 2020. So, so they were great. It's been awesome. And what I look forward to now is just sharing these with all my nurse friends. I mean, if they stand still for 5 minutes, they're hearing about ketones. And if you look around it's kind of fun. Like the nurse's station, there's a water bottle, a ketone packet, and a stethoscope and goggles, like everywhere at all the nurses' stations, because I've got them all on it, and everybody's loving it. So we have some pretty good nurses, pretty happy nurses. So yeah, that's my story.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have to agree. Like you said, codes. I drink my ketones every morning walking into labor and delivery, because I never know what I'm going to walk into, and I never know when I'm going to need to fire very quickly and not have that lull. And I find that in an emergency situation for myself, when my brain's firing and I've got that energy pumping, it's no holds barred, man. I'm that first one with that crash cart down the hallway, like out of my way. So thank you so much for sharing. You are an amazing person, and I love to have met you last year at one of our events. So thank you so much, my friend. So who is Prove It, right? Who are we as a company? Prove It was founded with a purpose. We lead with education, and we lead with science. About 10 years ago, the United States Department of Defense Navy SEALs, after doing deep sea dive missions, came back up north, out underneath the water, and were suffering from seizures after about 24 hours of deep sea dive missions, right? So we know that in 1920, epilepsy was studied with the ketogenic diet, showing how it slowed the progression of seizures down. So the United States Department of Defense came and said, hey, yo, can we get some of those things you got in that little packet there for them there Navy SEALs? Because they're having seizures, and that's not cool. So at that time, it was about $1,000 for this survey, right? So of course they said, here you go, drank them, and guess who was not having seizures after deep sea dive missions anymore? The good old United States Department of Defense Navy SEALs. So I always tell people, if it is good enough for the Navy SEALs, it is good enough for every healthcare professional, every mother, every father, every human being on this planet to get themselves in a state of ketosis to start experiencing those benefits. So our product is still to this day improving communities, improving families' well-being, financial stability, and living this life going through technology and innovation, and keeping this in the hands of people. Keeping this in the hands of people that are able to share it with their friend Mary, and Mary can share it with her friend Sue, and Sue can share it with Betty, Joe, and Bob. And those lives can be changed by a person and not a store shelf. And for that, I am so grateful to be a part of this community, to be sharing this product, this life-changing product with so many people every single day. And thank you to our CEO for keeping it in the hands of people and not on a shelf at GNC or Target or whoever wanted to buy us when the Navy SEALs were not seizuring anymore. How cool is that? So what do you get when you say, I want to share that product at a higher level? I want some free tones too, but I kind of want to get paid to do this as well. You get a whole legal team behind you. You click, I want to share this. You get a legal team. You get all of the research and development. We have doctors in our community that are studying the science of this every single day, publishing studies about ketosis. It is absolutely amazing to know that we have a powerhouse of physicians and doctors behind this product. You also get marketing and promotions. You get a website, you get a whole back office, you get a team of a community of people that are here to support you. You see half of these people smiling on this Zoom. These are people part of the community that said yes, that said, I want to share this and I want to be a part of changing people's lives for better. And for that, it is just so amazing to see the ripple effect that Prove It is creating daily in this world. And so one person that I would love to share her last story is a girl, a friend by the name of Jamie. She was a manager at a compounding pharmacy up until what, about a year and a half ago. Jamie, come off mute and tell your story about this little cool package and how it's changed your life.
Thank you so much for having me. I have a little guest here. So this is real life. If you're a mom, drop a 1 in the chat. You know all about this. So hello. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jamie Hill. I live here in Salem County, New Jersey, which is like the armpit of New Jersey. It's cows and cornfields down here. It's very strange. But I have been drinking and sharing this product since September of 2019. I, just like Sally, had 2 small children back in 2019, 14 months apart, and I had no energy. I was working full time as a manager in charge of 57 people, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. And I had no idea how I was surviving with a spouse with a crazy work schedule. So I too tried the keto diet, failed after 2 weeks, went on social media, found those packets and was like, I literally have nothing to lose except all this weight. Let's go. So I got a 5-day trial. I ended up dropping about 55 pounds of fat within my first 10 months. And it took me 5 months to realize that there was an opportunity for money to be made here. I was asked frequently, hey, did you want to do this as a business? Nope, I have no sales background. I don't think it's for me. I'm not interested in it, right? So I said no for 5 months. I finally signed on and said yes. And it was the best yes I've ever made. It's completely changed my life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, you name it, it has done it. I was able to retire from corporate America at the height of COVID, which, sorry to my teammates that were pulling some extra long shifts there. As you guys know, things were crazy in healthcare. It was hard to get raw materials in for medication to, compound the medication for everybody. And we did veterinary also. So it was like everybody was fostering dogs and everybody was getting animals. And all of a sudden, like we were working overtime and it was crazy. So I said yes to the business and was able to purchase our dream home, pay off some debt, and have an amazing prove it paid for vehicle. I travel very frequently with this amazing product and people in this community. This community is unlike anything. And it has truly changed and transformed my life in every way imaginable. So that's the business side of this. It's absolutely amazing. And the risk is there is none. You can work this in the pockets of your days. That's what I did. I would be working this business on my toilet breaks, on my lunch break, and on my other breaks if I got those days. But the best part is when people see you and you're experiencing ketosis and you're in a better mood at 5 o'clock in the morning, people around you start going, are you good? Like, what is going on there? And then they want to know what you're doing. So it was just organic and it became this amazing, amazing opportunity for my family. I'm able to stay home and homeschool my babies full time now. And it's absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you so much, Jamie. I love your story. And I love, you just made me think of a moment with my daughter while you were rocking your baby in the chair there. I will never forget 4 months after sharing this product, I was working it into the pockets of my day as well as a registered nurse working 50 to 60 hours a week with 2 jobs, 2 small children. And my daughter was in my arms one night. I just happened to be off one night. And she says, Mommy, why were you not home last night to tuck me in? Why were you not home to give me a bath? And I thought to myself, you have the ability and you are creating a ripple effect with people's lives in this world right now with a product that is science-backed, with an amazing community of people and support. Why aren't you home with your babies? And within an instant, I said, you know what, you're right. I went from working 50 to 60 hours a week to 4 shifts a month like that, because I knew that this was going to keep growing and this didn't stop growing. And for that, I am so thankful to be a part of this community. And so you're thinking, you might be one of 3 people on this Zoom. You might be one of those people that says, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not sure if ketones are for me, but I do know a handful of people that could use better mood. And I sure know a handful of people that could use some better energy. thank you for coming, and get back to the person who invited you and let them know that, and let them know some people's names that you're like, I really think my aunt or my uncle or my neighbor could use this. If you are that second person that loves your ketones and you want free ketones as a customer, get back to the person that invited you to the Zoom and say, how do I get my ketones for free as a customer? And they will help walk you through that process as well. But you might be one of the person on that Zoom that says, you know what? Life-changing for that person is awesome, but life-changing for me is $200 for groceries every month. Life-changing for me is $300 to fill my tank of gas once a week. Like, that's life-changing to some people. And this is the ability to do that with a product that is just revolutionizing the health and fitness world. We have an amazing thing called the $1 Keto Club right now. It's $1 to become a promoter. And like Jamie said, there is no risk. This is not a brick and mortar where you got to have $500,000 to open your McDonald's down the road and you don't get to give yourself a paycheck for 5 years. And then after everybody else is paid, that you have to employ. This is not something like that. This is something that you get to open your mouth and share and make a residual income from based off of your love for this product. So we have the $1 Keto Club. You have the opportunity with our $1 Keto Club to get your hands on some of these packets, to trial out to your friends and family and say, hey, how about you take this 5-pack for a test drive and tell me what you think about that? And I tell you, once they get 1 or 2 down their throats and their brain lights up on fire and they're going to say, how do I get this? And you now are your own business owner and you send them to your link to grab themselves a box. And now your ripple has started in this amazing community. So if you are one of those 3 people, again, get back to the person who invited you to Zoom and let them know that type of person you are. And let them know and thank them for inviting you here, because truly they were looking out for what is going to show up for better in your life. Because once ketones get on board and someone feels good again, there's no stopping them. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you guys all for attending this Zoom. I appreciate you, Dr. Bruce. I appreciate you, Jason. Thank you, Jennifer. And thank you, Jamie. And hi, Ann. I see you waving, my angel. You guys have an amazing night. And I cannot wait to see how this amazing product shows up in your life. And I hope to see you guys soon. Take care, everybody.